Hi, good evening, everybody. This is Asma Abu Naib, the DI director for the Champlain Valley School District. And I welcome you for my first hosting for the DEI town hall. I would like to uh, just to go through how we will go through this night tonight. I will give a short update about what are we doing now to implement the DEI audit equity audit report recommendations, and um, uh, and Renee will give also some update on the strategic planning and related to DEI work. And after that, explain. I will explain how the DEI team is working on a plan for the town hall agenda to fit the needs that the need of the community of what they wanted to see in the town hall. And that is what we will hope for your input through email, um, or you can meet with your coaches in your schools or with me in the central office later if we couldn't get to do it now and in this time. Um, so for the update, the we had started already the conversation with the leadership in the school district, with the community, with the students, through the coaches and myself, to have the input we need to make sure that we have enough data to implement shared the first recommendation, which is I can share with you what I'm talking about so you can see it. Window.
Oh, Esma, you're
Esma-
muted now.
That is interesting. It is not allowing me to share and talk at the same time. So it's not active to unmute myself when I was sharing. So sorry. But
Esma,
yeah,
if you want, you can email it to me and I will present so that way maybe that'll work.
I think that's fine. So it is about creating a shared understanding and vision for the DEI work, or for the DEI in the school district. And we are the coaches are working on their schools, and trying to reach to all the stakeholders. And again, I would encourage you, if you have any input that you think we should include in the vision or in the shared vision that we are creating, to reach out to your school coaches or to me, and we make sure that we have as much input as we can to make them to ensure the inclusivity we need to have in this shared vision. The next step for that, we will have a workshop in January, 2 days, to just sit as a team, at the DI team, to create the draft for the shared vision, and then we will seek a feedback through a committee that we're hoping people to also to volunteer for it. And we're looking for 17 to 20 person from all stakeholders to be part of this committee to give us a feedback if this shared vision draft is reflecting what they understand or what they need to be done for the DEI work in the school district. And then after we get the feedback from them, from lead, from the superintendent, then we'll get everything together again to have the final one. We're hoping by the end of this school year we have a shared vision. So our focus on the shared vision, because this is the vision that will direct our work for the next recommendations. It will share our plan for implementing professional development, any other activities that we can implement to make sure that we meet the recommendation requirement and what is the school district need to be inclusive and to be ready to help the student to prepare the student for the global diversity. That is about what we are doing. This at the same time, the coaches are working on the schools on the daily basis, and they are doing a lot of work based on the need in their school for the professional development, for helping at the school in any way that they can help. Beside doing the systemic change work that we need to do by implementing the recommendations. So I think that is what we're doing about the recommendation one. And now, Rene, if you wanted to go.
Sure. So we're really, thank you, Esma. So I'm really excited about getting to the point where we're able to achieve our shared vision for the district, because I think that is part of our struggle, but I also think that it's well, certainly other districts struggle and could even be society's struggle, in that where we have our own interpretation of each of these words of how it should be implemented. So having us come to an agreement as a district, getting feedback from not only our administrators, but also our students and our community and our staff is critical for us to move forward. Additionally, as we're working on our strategic plan, and as we're devising our vision, our mission, our priorities, and the actions to support those priorities, the way that we're looking at this shared vision as kind of the ethos, the way that how the district itself will be implementing the strategic plan. Because I think we've said it before, I know Angela has said it before, it's how we do things is emblematic of the way that we, how we budget, how we teach, how we care for kids, that is really the measure of our diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so we can have symbols, we can have meetings, we can do a lot of different things, but what it boils down to is, what are we saying? How are we acting? How are we serving kids? And how are we budgeting? And so our strategic plan should help us get to that point, as well as the equity work that Esma and our DEI coaches on the campuses are doing. Because not only is it, okay, we're looking at it from a 30,000 foot level, and we're looking at it from here to 5 years, there are things that are taking place in our buildings right this second. There are things that are taking place in our classrooms and on our buses and at our games that need our attention for this work on a daily basis. So the sooner we're able to collaborate and agree and keep our community informed along the way, it's going to make us stronger, and it's going to make us stronger faster. Because at the end of the day, we're here to serve our students, and we're here to get them to a point where they learn from us, and the generations that follow are even more informed. They feel more love. They feel more joy.
Yeah, thank you. So this is our updates. If anybody here wanted to like to comment, ask question to me or Renee, or also the coaches, if you wanted to add anything, feel free to jump in.
Hello, hello. I'm not sure. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
My name is LaShawn Orsells, and I'm the DEI coach for Shelburne Community School. And I just want to say, first of all, good evening to everyone. But this is very exciting work. But just as Superintendent Sanchez and just spoke about, this is a journey. It is going to take us a while to get through some of these pieces, but I think it's going to be it's going to really help the community and help our students to be really good global citizens as they move forward in life. So it's very exciting work, and I am very looking forward to it, just like the rest of the coaches in the district. So I'm thankful for the opportunity.
Thank you, LaShawn.
I was just going to add that we've started some of these conversations at Allenbrook and Williston. And I think there is a feeling, and this is common, of people want to move really fast, and want to fix problems. And I think it's hard sometimes to slow down and create community and shared vision before other work maybe be able to be addressed. And so that's just something that I've noticed in this community and many other communities, and makes sense and is normal. But just
Mr. DEI coach at your school, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Step back. Yeah, that's me. That's what I do. I don't know who that is. Hello.
It's Lindsay.
Anyway, that was all I had to say. But sometimes it's hard to slow down and create that community. And I think people are at different points in their work that they're doing internally, and I think that internal work has to get done before we can help others and support others. So, well, maybe as we help others and support others.
I think
before, maybe during. Yeah, they're all important.
Yeah, things can go spontaneous. Yeah, but you are right.
Mike, can I ask a follow-up question on that?
Sure.
And LaShawn, I'm sure you're experiencing the same thing on your campus as well. So this goes out to the both of you. So for the folks who are wishing that we implemented everything starting 3 weeks ago, what are they hoping that we had already reached 3 weeks ago? Or does everybody have kind of a different, I wish we were doing this, I wish we were doing that kind of cornucopia of ideas?
I think there is definitely a cornucopia of ideas. I hear the phrase, and this is not just at this school, but in society, but we are not insulated from it, but of the work. And so I hear people say things like, "Ooh, we've got to do the work." And I'm always curious as to what that is. And so I guess I have that same question, and I think that's a vulnerable question. And so sometimes some folks are more comfortable saying, "Hey, we really need to look at who knows what, curriculum, discipline data." There's a ton of different places. And I think building that first shared definition allows people to have a better conversation as to how you might do those things. And I don't know if that answers that question.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll add
Thank
to
you,
that.
LaShawn. Yeah.
Yeah. I think anytime, a district is embarking on something new, there's a lot of uncertainty because no one knows, what their role is and how they want to do it. We all want to do it well. And when I say all, I look at we, it's the village. It takes all of us in order to make these transitions and to make change. And so in order to do that, just as Mike was talking a little bit about looking at what that consistency is. And I think a lot of folks are just sitting, waiting. Okay, just let me know what I need to do. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to jump in. I'm ready to just do whatever. And so people just want to know what that what is and how they can be helpful in making that change. Because I think that a lot of people are in it to win it. They're right there. They want to do it. They want to see that change for this next generation. We didn't get here overnight. And so it is going to take us some time to make that change, systemic change, because we want to do it with intentionality. And we want to be able to make sure as we're making that change that we're not leaving anyone behind. We want to make sure that as a flock, as a district, as a community, we're working in tandem together for that success. And so I think as we peel back that next layer, people are just asking, so what can I do? How can I help? What can I do? How can I help? So just please know that that people are ready and geared up and ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I do appreciate these people who are saying that, and I want them to keep saying that all the time, because that is where we get where we are now. And I believe the thing that we need to communicate better more, that the school district has a long journey until we get where we have a full team of the DEI that need hired to make the systemic change, because we're working on a reactive way to what's happening to make sure that you serve the minority group in the school district is not the way that will make that the school inclusive. So we are focusing on having the systemic change based on the data we have, the observation, the experience of all the people, the suggestions from the students, from the staff, from everybody, to make sure that we having, it is not about only the minority community, even the majority or the people who are not from the minority groups, they understand what does it mean to be inclusive and how it help you in your experience when you are adult out there in the world, and how it helps you to be to have an ecosystem, a diverse and inclusive ecosystem that will support your academic excellence. So it's all on this, and that's what we're focusing on. At the same time, we're trying to react to what's happening and reduce the harm at the same time. And we're hoping to succeed to do both and communicate better for the people what we are hoping for.
Do you mind if I, in this moment, just acknowledge everything you just said and name what a very big job that is? And that I haven't met all of you. It's so nice to see your faces. I'm Angela, and Mike. I'm realizing now that we've been in the same room a number of times in the mentoring room and haven't actually said hello. So it's really nice to meet you. I'm the chair of the board, and just really appreciating in this moment the scope and scale of the, I don't want to say the job before you, because it's all of our jobs, but as leaders of the work, Mike, the air quotes, I'm just really now and always, but with just appreciating what you are endeavoring to lead us through, lead us as a community, and I'm really grateful. I just want to draw how big that is. It's a very big job, and it's so important, and I really appreciate you all.
Thank you. Is Lindsay speaking and I'm not hearing her, or she's not only me?
Nope, she muted. That's fine.
Okay. So
Okay.
go ahead.
I was just going to say, So I know that it's all internal folks here tonight. So Angela or Lindsay, if you guys had any questions that you were, really wondering about, we could take some questions from you, or if LaShawn or Mike have any questions for me or Esma, we'll be happy to take those. And then we are going to, tomorrow, we have a newsletter going out to faculty and staff, as well as one out to the community. So that's where we're going to put we're going to request some feedback that would have taken place tonight with a larger audience. So that way we have the ability to continue to move this work forward. But we wanted to make sure that we, even despite not having any audience tonight, other than internal audience, we wanted to make sure that we had this event so that people could come here and recognize that we're putting some information out this weekend to gather the information needed for Dr. Abu Naib and our DEI coaches to move forward.
I'm hoping that we will get to some feedback on something that I wanted to do with the people who are not from the school district today, but I will say it anyway. I was hoping for a conversational kind of event, asking people what they expect from the town hall hour, because we started as a team for the DEI team. We started talking about how we wanted to design it in the way that will meet the need of the community. And then the first thing that we agreed about, that I will not be talking all the time. The team will rotate the facilitation of the town hall, so you will see a new face in each one. And we are leaning towards having some themes for each town hall, focusing on one issue and talking about it and receiving questions about it or concerns from the parents or from the school staff too. And then that's what we were hoping to share. And then we shared it now. And if you have any any ideas or any comments, hopefully by next town hall we will have the list of the themes that we will do and the list of the people who will host in which state for this year. And we're really open for the conversation to if you have any suggestions to have a design that works better for this town hall. No limitations. You can suggest anything and we will try to make it work.
So Angela, I was thinking, so Esma, this is kind of along those lines, but it's also a little bit of marketing for our DEI department. I'm going to put forward Esma's name so she can come talk to Charlotte, Heinsberg, Shelburne Rotary. If you could do the same for the Williston Richmond Rotary, I think that would be important for them to see. Well, for both Rotaries to see that this is, part of the work that we're doing in the district. And I think it would also be good if we can get her to talk to Pastor and see
Pastor
if he
Paul,
is
yeah.
Pastor Paul, and see if we can get him on to Responding Racism at the Williston Federated Church.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Yeah, I would love to do that. I think I know the Rotary Club would be super happy to hear from you, Esma, and I know both groups would be really open to it and excited about that. So I'm really happy to make that connection.
Great, I would love to.
The group from and the church down the street from from us, right there, it's right there at the intersection. They weekly they have a discussion group of people who live within the area, but they also have people who attend from all across the country because they either used to live here or they're children of people who used to live here, and they do a really good job of putting that together. So Pastor Paul's great.
Great. I think we need to do some work to engage the community and make them aware about this town hall and to be part of all the platforms we have. and if they can participate and give us feedback, that will make our job easier.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's reminded. I don't know if it's similar to what we see with school board meetings, but they happen at a regular time, just as these have been occurring regularly, and people are always welcome and encouraged to attend, but they typically don't unless there's something drawing them, something specific drawing them in. So, which makes sense, and I think it's a really great idea to, as you were saying, Esma, to have specific topics or themes, or some advance notice of what's going to be covered at a town hall.
Yeah, I think that is what I believe the biggest audience I seen in the board meeting, in the equity audit report presentation, and I will give credit for the coaches for that, because they have been talking to school and everybody who asked them about what is going on and how to help, that we will have this presentation on this day, so please attend that. So I would and then the reason we got this design of the town hall, like rotating the facilitation, having the themes, and everybody will pick the theme that they interest in, that will also keep the same spirit, that they will invite people for their part of what they're going to do. And I'm hoping that we can increase the engagement of the community on that.
Yeah, and I love that that would give people a wider audience, perhaps, the opportunity to get to know each coach as well, to get to know all of you. And then, I would think that goes at least some distance toward developing relationship, and then in relationship and in community is when you can actually have the conversations, feel safe and courageous, and have challenging conversations or ask scary questions. And so whatever we can do, I would think, to begin to build or broaden that trust is really great.
I agree.
Just as you're saying that, I was thinking about building level DEI committees. They're community committees. And so I think some of them would most definitely like to have, Asma come visit, or Renee to come visit, and just, talk a little bit about, from your perspective, looking at it from the district level, how we plan on moving forward with the audit from your perspective. Because I think people are very interested in that, and also being able to know who you are. They've seen your picture online, but they haven't seen you face to face. So
that's right. You just reminded me, LaShawn, of the Williston Racial Equity Partnership. Renee would be another one, another group that would love to meet any and all of you.
Okay. This is all great ideas, and we are ready for it.
We have a little note. We have a little note from Bonnie too, reminding anybody who watches this video later on, is that if they have questions about any DEI topic, they're welcome to go to our website. We have a little kind of tab on the right side of our website for Let's Talk. And if you click on Let's Talk, it'll take you directly to a series of subjects that you can work with the district on, or inform us about something. And one of them is our diversity, equity, and inclusion program. So if you have a thought, or you'd like to give a shout out to your DEI coach or to Dr. Abu Naib, or say that there's something that you would like addressed, or provide us feedback on anything, that's a good place to start.
Yeah. Thank you, Bonnie. So
yeah, we're approaching our 30-minute mark. So I guess at this point we can say our good nights to everyone. And if I guess that's a thank you everybody for coming tonight. Esma, thank you for hosting tonight. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for helping.
And you're not a problem. Any final thoughts from our illustrious panel tonight?
I think, Renee, I think Lauren might have a question.
Yeah, I just wanted to introduce myself. I know
Hey, Lauren.
I haven't met LaShawn or Angela. My name's Lauren Garaci. I'm the Director of Special Services at Williston Schools. So hello. And so I just, we were, in terms of communication, I was thinking about, I was the one that sent out the weekly letter to the community. And I actually did it on special education and MTSS systems. And I was like, oh, I didn't include this link. I didn't include, like, this would have been a perfect, thing to include in there. And so I think at the local level too, our weekly, memos to the community, I missed it, and I need to make sure I include it for next time.
Okay, thank you.
Lauren, thank you for that. And what I do want to add one last little piece, and Lauren, thank you for reminding me that. So the Act 1, kind of the update for our educational quality standards here in Vermont is undergoing a few changes. And it's still, the committee that's working on it is still in the process of taking comments, if you will. So they have a meeting again tomorrow, and the group, this is specifically for you, Lauren. So the group that is presenting to them tomorrow is the Special Education Advisory Council. And that's, I actually serve on that council as well. So I'm going to kind of be in and out of that meeting. But essentially what they're asking the State Board of Education to consider, along with the current language, is to make it more friendly for students who are on IEPs and students who are on 504 plans, and of course EST plans as well, because that language isn't necessarily specifically written into the new EQS standards currently. And so there will be a discussion about that tomorrow.
Okay.
So thank you for popping in. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming, and I hope you have a great night.